My name is Sarah Martinez. I am 28 years old. I work as a nurse in a city hospital. My job is busy and tiring, but I love helping people. This is a story about my mother, and the most important lesson she taught me. I grew up in a small town. My mother raised me alone. My father left when I was 3 years old. My mother worked 2 jobs. She worked at a restaurant during the day. She cleaned offices at night. She was always tired but never complained. Every morning, she made me breakfast. She walked me to school. She helped me with my homework. Education is important, Sarah, she always said. Study hard and you can have a better life. I listened to her words. I studied very hard. When I was 18, I got accepted to nursing school. It was in a big city, 4 hours away. My mother was so proud of me. She cried tears of joy. I moved to the city for school. Nursing school was very difficult. I studied every day and night. I called my mother once a week. Our calls were always short. "How are you, Mom?" I would ask. "I'm fine, don't worry," she always said. After nursing school, I got a hospital job. I worked long shifts, sometimes 12 hours a day. I was always exhausted. I called my mother less and less. Once every 2 weeks, then once a month. I told myself I was too busy. But the truth was different. I was avoiding her. Maybe I felt guilty for leaving her alone. One Thursday evening, my phone rang. It was my Aunt Rosa. "Sarah, you need to come home," she said. Her voice was shaking. "What's wrong?" I asked. "It's your mother," she said. "She's in the hospital. Her heart is very weak." I left work immediately. I drove 4 hours to my hometown. My hands were shaking. When did I last see her? 6 months ago. How did I let that happen? I arrived at the hospital late at night. Aunt Rosa was waiting for me. I walked into my mother's room. My mother looked so small in the bed. She had tubes in her arms. Her hair had turned grey. She looked so much older. I sat down next to her. I held her hand gently. I started crying quietly. "I'm sorry, Mum," I whispered. My mother opened her eyes slowly. She saw me and smiled. It was a weak smile, but it was still her smile. "Sarah, my baby," she said softly. "You came." "Of course I came," I said. "Mum, why didn't you tell me you were sick?" She squeezed my hand gently. "I didn't want to worry you," she said. "You have important work." "Nothing is more important than you," I said. Tears were running down my face. I should have visited more. I should have called every day. I'm such a bad daughter. My mother shook her head slowly. No, she said. You're a wonderful daughter. I'm so proud of you. You became everything I dreamed for you. But I forgot about you, I cried. I was so busy with my life. I forgot the person who gave me that life. My mother touched my face softly. Sarah, listen to me, she said. I need to tell you something important. She looked into my eyes. Life is short and unpredictable, she said. Don't wait to tell people you love them. Don't wait to spend time with people who matter. Work is important, yes, but love is more important. People are more important. Moments together are more important. I nodded, crying harder now. I understand, Mom, I said. I'm going to do better. I promise. The next morning, the doctor talked to me. Your mother's heart is very weak, he said. Maybe a few days left. I'm very sorry. I went back to my mother's room. Mum, I'm staying here with you, I said. We're going to spend every moment together. My mother's eyes filled with tears. I would like that very much, she said. For 5 days, I never left my mother. We talked about everything. She told me childhood stories. Do you remember your first day of school? She asked. You wore a yellow dress, but when I tried to leave, you cried. I laughed and cried together. We looked at old photos, pictures of birthdays and holidays. I brushed her hair gently. I sang songs she taught me. My mother was happy. On the 5th day, my mother was very tired, but she wanted to tell me something. Sarah, open that drawer, she said. I opened it. Inside was a white envelope. My name was written on it. Take it, my mother said, but open it when I'm gone. Mom, don't talk like that, I said. Sarah, we both know, she said gently. It's okay. I'm not afraid. I had a good life. I had you. I put the envelope in my bag. That night, my mother's breathing changed. It became slow and difficult. I climbed onto the bed. I held her close. Mom, I love you, I whispered. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being the best mother. My mother opened her eyes one last time. I love you too, my baby, she whispered. Be happy. Live fully. Don't have regrets. Those were her last words. She closed her eyes. She was gone. I held her for a long time, but I also felt grateful. Grateful for those last 5 days. 3 days after the funeral, I sat on her bed and opened the envelope. Inside was my mother's letter. It said, My dearest Sarah, don't be too sad. You were my greatest joy. I never felt forgotten. Every day, I felt proud. Work is important, but it's not everything. The meaning of life is connection. It's love. It's the small moments. Promise me, call your friends, visit your aunt, fall in love, take vacations, laugh often. When you help your patients, remember, you're holding someone's mother, someone's father, someone's child. Give them kindness, give them time, give them compassion. In the end, what matters is how we made people feel. Thank you for being my daughter. Now go live, truly live, with no regrets. All my love, forever, Mum. I cried for an hour after reading that letter. But then, something changed inside me. I understood my mother's message. She didn't want me to be sad forever. She wanted me to live better. The next week, I went back to work. But I worked differently. I spent more time with each patient. I listened to their stories. I held their hands. I treated them like family. I also changed my life outside work. I called Aunt Rosa every Sunday. We talked for hours. I visited her once a month. I made time for friends. I went on walks in the park. I read books for pleasure. I watched the sunset. I started living, not just existing. What would you do if you were in Sarah's place? Have you ever been too busy for someone you love? Tell me in the comments below. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.